Hello, everybody. I am a 14-year-old who plays a lot of games and just games in general. Really. I saw that one of my favorite animation content creators, Jaiden Animations, made a video on Rhythm Heaven, which while it's not a rhythm game that I tend to play, I play Archaea, Project Diva, Taiko is actually my. I've played Rhythm Heaven, but it was for like five maybe. It was on the GBA though, and I cannot yet read Japanese. It's a work in progress. But we're going to today watch her video. It's only like 15 minutes long. We're gonna watch her video. I'm gonna give my thoughts and just some general like rhythm game knowledge and just spout it out. So let's start the video.
As you know, most games are pretty flexible in terms of getting to go as fast, or slow if you're lame, as you want. And honestly, it's pretty hard to limit that from players. Maybe you could turn the main character into an old man who has trouble walking or something, but that's not fun. At least in theory, I don't know. But you know the one video game genre that forces everyone to play at the same pace?
We got
Rhythm
Taiko.
games. Rhythm Heaven is one of my favorite games, especially in the rhythm category. I played it constantly growing up, and I wanted to come up with some dumb excuse to play it for a video. So today I'm speedrunning a rhythm game. How does that work? In actuality, I have no idea.
So for rhythm game speedrunning, it's kind of weird, honestly. It's a weird genre related to speed because there's several different categories. There's shit like uh unlock all songs, clear full combo, whatever for X difficulty. So for Project Diva, 'cause that's the only one that I've actually looked at the categories. Like off the top of my head, there is a category for unlocking every song, and for that they use easy. So for the most part, all that you really need to speedrun a rhythm game is whatever is actually needed. So like hardware, shit like that, software itself, and then everything else is on you. That would be skill and like muscle memory for where shit on menus are. For Project Diva, it's kind of weird though. Like it follows that general concept, but because that game's just so fucking weird. Sometimes I don't know where I'm gonna go with that. It doesn't really. I literally just described how it is, so I'm just gonna shut the hell up and I'm.
But this is what I laid out for myself. As the video game masochist I am, I wanted to make sure I had some sort of challenge capable of driving me to the brink of insanity.
That's just trying to fucking full combo the same song over and over again. Even in Taiko, one of the most fucking fun rhythm games that I can think of off the top of my head. Trying to full combo something, especially whenever it's shit like Sorry No Rhyme, you're just in constant pain. And the one time, the fucking moment that you get one note away is the most soul crushing thing I've ever experienced. It hurts. Not physically. I mean, it can hurt physically depending on the game and shit. But the amount of time that you spend only to miss that one note, which will tend to be at the end, it hurts so much, and it's a pain that I've experienced one.
So I'm gonna be running the all medals category, which means I only have a certain amount of mess ups per minigame before I fall from award winning gaming greatness into low life scum. And
So what that would basically be is just clear every song or every game. It's rhythm or fucking rhythm heaven. It's less of rhythm games, or it's like small, like WarioWare mini game sized rhythm games, and it's kind of a compilation of sorts. If that's really how you can describe it, that fits, but for some reasons it also doesn't. But for the most part, the easiest way to describe it is clear all songs.
since I'm not running a game no one else has run before, I have some competition for the first time. There's a decent amount of runs already submitted, so to compete with them, I need to make sure I get first try medals throughout the entire game, every time, all 50. I need to play 50 rhythm games in a row without messing up. I thought about going for an all perfects run, and then I did a test play to see how hard it would have been, and I was like, no, this would actually make me want to stop breathing.
That's just bad.
So here we go. This is my experience speedrunning the 14-year-old rhythm game, Rhythm Heaven Fever.
Fever is that old? I'm that old. Holy shit. What the fuck?
For my first run, I just wanted to play through the whole game to simply see how it would go. You know, learn what I needed to practice, get my pacing. And you know what? It was kind of an insane first try. I only messed up on 2 games in the entire run. Figure Fighter 2, which is this game where you're a puny little shrimp man who gets inflated to punch a punching bag in front of a crowd of a couple hundred people. And Remix 10. Of course. If you've played Rhythm Heaven Fever, you know about Remix 10. The game organizes all the mini-games into columns, and after you play 4 of them, there's a remix that's like a medley of the whole column. It's genuinely cool, but for the last remix, it's a nearly 4-minute game of every single mini-game you've played up until that point. Like I said, very cool, but also terrifying from a speedrun perspective.
So, that's almost a Dan course, really. That's the first thing that comes. I don't know much about Rhythm Heaven, so I'm gonna get some pretty interesting info, and who knows, I might make a video on that game. Stay tuned for that. Also, I only just now thought about this, but I am so goddamn late on this video. This came out, like, the middle of May. Hell, maybe even in April, but I think it was May, after I got hit back. So, it should still be fine, but But yeah, so what is the Dan course? It's a set of 3 to 5 typically songs that are in a row that you play to prove your skill. So I think in like Sound Voltex it's 3, like 2DX I think it's 4. Like it varies game by game. Some are different compared to others, and some games just straight out don't have Dan course. Like I don't think Project Diva has.
Anyway, besides getting okays in 2 minigames, that means I was perfectly prepared for all the others, and I was shocked. That's not half bad. In fact, that's 96% not half.
So while I get she's trying to have a good mentality, you don't want to say that and then immediately go and fuck up. Because the first time that you fail after doing, you're going to immediately, you're gonna have a lot of regret. Because like I remember whenever I was trying to full combo something on hard for Taiko, I did it in Osu Taiko because it was an official map for I think it was Pro Angel's Thesis, which the hard map is really easy. By this, I can play Oni 7 and like the easier 8 stuff. So that is just kind. While it's good to have a great mentality or to have a healthy mentality, you don't really want to have a mentality that says, "Okay, I've done it once, I can do it again." I mean, while doing it proves it, it doesn't say, "Okay, here, I can do it in this attempt," and like so on and so forth. There's a difference there's a difference of doing something by accident or doing something perfectly by accident than there is with fucking doing something and being able to do it consistently. So you don't know if it's a fluke or not. Basically, what that entire spiel was.
Bad. I even started thinking to myself, oh man, if I get this run faster than anticipated, maybe I can't even make a video for it. I was worried I would get it like attempt 2 and then not know what to talk about. Which, no, I do have a video for it. As you can see, I went into attempt 2 with a very heightened sense of confidence, ready to complete my run second try, and I immediately missed the first beat.
There's sometimes you have moments like that, and they're just funny. Cause like you'll be playing Taiko, and you see a note, and you're like, okay, let's use Dawn for an example. Okay, that's Dawn. Then you hit Ka because you're being a fucking moron.
Jaiden.
so that run's dead. Attempt 3 was going alright, making a few more mistakes than normal, but was still doing well enough to keep getting medals. Then I got to Dunk Donk, which I hate. I hate it, and it's the worst one. You're this middle thing and have to dunk against the other things to make this blimp go fast or something. Honestly, the whole concept of this one is beyond me, but I was just barely missing the marks, and when I say barely, I mean I was still donking against them, but in a way that's like, I definitely didn't dunk perfectly. A few other games.
So that would be like the equivalent of trying to perfect a song almost, except on a lesser scale, or really just trying to hit a note and then you hit either too early or too late. That happens.
Games have this visual feature, and throughout the run I was telling my friends Jordan and Kelsey, who were helping me take notes and keeping me company, and saying, I have no idea if that means I completely messed up or if it's a that was a close dunk but we'll give it to you type of thing. And then after the game ended, I need to like look up if that's bad or not. It is bad.
Apparently it's bad, Baby Jim.
Alright, well, run's dead.
God. Like, I remember a while ago when I was trying to speedrun shit. Stuff like that sucks, but there's always more time. You can do another run, or for some games, you can just convert that run into another run. You're gonna be probably fine.
Well, alright, I guess I got that answer. I started another run after that and messed up at the very beginning before I could even do anything. The timer starts after choosing your new file and clicking yes when asked to continue, and then immediately after that there's a very long tutorial. But speedrunning strat, you can actually skip that pesky little tutorial by after clicking yes, immediately clicking the home button and restarting the game. See, this run is cool. It's got cool skips and stuff. Anyway, I missed the reset button. It's petty and not a big deal, but I restarted it anyway because why would I leave in an extra half second of time loss like that? My mental game for that run was already irretrievable. Attempt 5 was on its way until I messed up too much on Flock Step, the game where you're a bird within a group of other birds all migrating and walking at the same time. I got trampled.
Oh my god, what the fuck is that? What kind of birds are those?
So yeah, it felt like I was only doing worse and worse. The first run was almost perfect immediately, and now it felt like I was losing my mojo. Why did I have to jinx it? Why did I have to think I was gonna be too good for this challenge?
Exactly what I said a few moments ago. Don't immediately think you can do something on your first attempt if you just did a lot of them but still fucked up. Because while it's okay to fuck up sometimes in games, I mean, really, it's probably always okay, because it's not a fucking life or death situation. Like, you're not going to fucking get shot in the back of your head for choking and fucking up on a stream in OC.
But then I got on this run. A run where I was doing better than I ever had before. Remix 1, Remix 2, Remix 3. I was getting perfects. Maybe the occasional 1 or 2 mistakes, but that was it. I was in it. The zone. Not that it mattered I was getting perfects, it still gives me the same normal medal, but I was doing well, alright? And
I've had moments like that, and it's a really great feel. A lot of the time, whenever I would get them, I had just full comboed something, and it's like, okay, what's left on what I want to full combo for this? And then I just keep on jumping and fucking FCing them first, even second attempt. And it's a really good feeling, but you also need to remember, don't get cocky.
it was an overall calm feeling too. I didn't mention it, but my very first run, I was on the verge of passing out or something. My anxiety was through the roof. I knew it didn't even matter, but the entire run I was having to take deep breaths and tell myself to calm down and stuff. My hands were shaking. But after a few runs, my speedrunning anxiety had disappeared and I was just calm and focused.
Yeah, having anxiety while you play a rhythm game, it's not a good. It's, you'll get shaky hands, and say you're playing. God, what's an example? Like Sound Voltex, maybe? Maybe Beat Mania? Because you'll go to hit one thing, but because of how you are and your general like sense, all that shit, it'll lead to you hitting something wrong or just straight up not moving your hand because it'll lock up, and it happens to me. It's happened to me before. I don't think it's happened on stream. Links will be, and I will maybe I'll put some extra shit in the comments. I don't know yet. I need to just focus on
Until I got to the end game. Then it came flowing back, and it felt like my heart rate was so high I should have stopped immediately and had someone drive me to urgent care. We need a doctor! She was trying to speedrun Rhythm Heaven!
Get the fucking rhythm doctor.
Isn't that a rhythm game? I started up Samurai Slice 2, which I was extremely worried about because it was the second time I'd gotten this far since the first run. I didn't mention it, but the actual reason I lost my second attempt was because of this game. So now there's trauma there. Jordan and Kelsey stayed silent so I could have maximum focus, and as I started getting into it, Jacob joined the call. Jacob, you're a very great friend, and I was very happy you joined, but oh my goodness, I was sweating bullets.
Hello.
Hello.
How's rhythming?
It's going good so far.
Jaiden.
God. Talking while someone's playing a rhythm game, especially speedrunning, I have mixed opinions on it. Because sometimes I will play Archaea, OC, whatever, then I'll have a video on in the background. While can it draw focus away? Yes. But I've gotten so used to it to where it just feels like I'm more so in an arcade setting, if that makes sense. So I can, honestly, sometimes I focus better with some background.
Jaiden's in focus mode.
I assumed as much. How far is this?
I think we're about halfway.
We just finished Remix 7.
Nah, we're about 3/4 done.
Oh, nice. How have you guys been?
Very good.
Good.
Came in at a good time.
Oh, phew. I was sweating so hard. Phew! Alright, moving on. Honestly, still, I was doing really well. It wasn't until Love Rap 2 that I even hit my first 4 mistakes in one game. Very frightening, but I still squeaked by. Side note, I have no idea the technicalities of how many mess-ups I'm given per game. I was just hoping and praying the entire run. Then it was time. I was at...
It's probably 5. Like, yeah, if she's still getting perfects at 4, or getting perfects to gold, it's probably gonna end up being
Figure Fighter 2 again, the game that officially ended my first run. I practiced it religiously after that, desperately trying to assure I would never fail at it ever again. This game is deep into the run too. It's like one of the last 5 in the entire game, so losing at that one did sting quite a bit the first time. After lots of nervous pep talk to myself, I went into it. And you know what happened? I knocked it out of the park. From 5 mistakes that cost me the run, all the way down to 1. I get to continue on.
So it probably practicing and figuring out something that you're struggling with is a really good way of figuring it out. Because then you can get a strategy or a sense of the rhythm and keep that in mind until you get to that game and stay on that rhythm. Because a lot of rhythm games, especially if it's one key or 1K, which I'm assuming fucking mini game is. I think it's just hitting the A button on your Wiimote. Don't quote me on that. But if it is, then definitely knowing what the rhythm is and what the BPM is, that could help.
Every minigame onwards was just exponentially heightening my anxiety further. I was doing really well, but that's what was terrifying me. I didn't know when the mistakes were just gonna hit, and it felt like any second I could kill the run. Because I could.
Oh my god, I've experienced this. Like, it's such a weird thing to experience, too. It's like, at the end of a song, when you're about to full combo, you get, like, you suddenly just get a shit ton of anxiety thrown the fuck at you really, really hard. And as soon as you full combo it, Like, you fucking want to get up and scream, run around. Like, you get really excited. But then if you fuck up once, your heart fucking sinks. But I honestly like the feeling of that anxiety. I am probably a masochist, but let's be honest, rhythm gamers, like, liking and playing rhythm games like a lot of us do, you're gonna be a fuck.
Being completely honest, unfortunately, when I say this was probably the worst nervous anxiety I've ever felt in my entire life, a Rhythm Heaven Fever speedrun. I was taking deep breaths every chance I could. It felt like I had chills. I would have liked to pause and calm myself down, maybe get a cold towel, but I couldn't because, you know, it's a speedrun. I was saying things like, I can't handle this. Oh no, I can't. My chest hurts. I feel like my ribs are gonna fall out of me. Okay. More deep breaths. Some water, maybe. I hate this feeling. I don't want to live with this feeling any longer.
Only 5 left.
Maybe I was starting to hallucinate or something, but it felt like I was literally having nervous wreck heart palpitations. Both scenarios are equally likely, but I was somehow keeping it together on the outside and made it to the grand finale. Remix 10. This was also the game I practiced the most, next to Figure Fighter 2, so I was technically prepared, but not mentally. I was falling apart mentally, crumbling if you will, but I had no time to try and calm down. That would be time loss, of course. So without hesitation, I had to start it. All things considered, even though I couldn't hear the game over the sound of my heartbeat, I was doing pretty decently, but then the first mistake hit. I don't technically know how many mistakes that counts for, but it's okay. It's assumedly the first one. Then it happens again moments later. This is what I was talking about earlier when I don't know if that counts as an actual mistake or not. Can I look it up? Does the internet have the answer? I don't know, maybe, probably. But I'm in too deep to check at this point, so I'm not going to. The run continues. It happens again. I wasn't ready for the switch to the tap dancers and missed my cue. They literally harassed me in-game about it. It's all slowly falling apart now. I don't think I can make any more mistakes. Do I know for sure? Not at all, but that's what was filling my head at this point. I continue, and... Dear God, no. I missed 3 of the little dots. I'm sure it's over now. I don't know how many technical mistakes I've made at this point, but it just feels like too many. I'm completely in the dark now if I'm even en route to pass or not. I will add in my Remix 10 practice, at the very end there's a little credits minigame, you know, like the ones I skipped, where you tap A on beat to make the little mascot guy fly in the air. There's one part I just couldn't get at all, and that was the double tap where he does like this little roll into a jump. There wasn't a single time in training that I could get that part, and always missed it, and when I needed it most, did I get it in the run?
Oh no.
No. That's it. I don't know how many mistakes that was, but it was too many. My heart sank, dude. All that work just to fail at the very end. All that...
Yeah, that's like I was talking about, or like what I was talking about earlier. You get this excitement and anxiety, and then it all just goes to shit the moment that it just doesn't work out, and which it's fine, but it just kind of hurts because you could use that time to practice other songs, speedrun something else if you're a speedrunner, do another run. Or not really. You could use that for a second run where you could possibly do better than what you just did whenever you finish. Then instead, just be on the same one run.
Anxiety I'm gonna have to relive. I just didn't know if I could handle it. Like, physically. I wasn't joking about the heart palpitations / hallucinations. All I could do was sit there at the foot of Rhythm God and wait for my judgment. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I genuinely don't know.
Just be like, careful.
No, don't say it, don't say it! Oh my god!
Holy shit.
I did it!
1 minute, or 1
That-
hour and 53 minutes.
That was so stressful. well.
Holy
Oh my-
cow.
I don't know how, but I did it. I finished the run. I was free. I officially played all the Rhythm Heaven Fever minigames and didn't fail at earning a medal first try on any of them at all. 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 1 second. That's my final score. How does that compare to the world record? Honestly, not even close. I don't really know how they saved so much time. My main guess is that playing on the Wii is much faster in terms of loading time. I was playing on a Wii U, and that could affect how fast everything loads.
It might. I'd have to look into it, 'cause, like, I collect games. Maybe, 'cause, like, you have to enter a completely separate mode on Wii U, I think, to play Wii games.
I don't know. But also, there's no way I'm gonna play on a Wii for YouTube. Do you know how crunchy that would make this footage? I'd rather take the time loss bullet so I don't have to cross my eyes just to rewatch my footage. So how
You could also just download Dolphin and dump your ROM using Wii.
does my run compare to the people who did the same run on the Wii U? Second best. And you know what? I'll take it. I have no idea how this guy ended up saving like 10 seconds, but being the second best Wii U Rhythm Heaven Fever All Medals runner is fine with me. I am settling, and I am proud. Will I probably lose this record hours after this video goes up? Absolutely, but that's just how it goes. People message me for weeks, months after my Cooking Mama 2 speedrun video being like, Jaiden, you're not the world record holder anymore. And it's like, yeah, I know. Thanks for rubbing it in. I'm trying to cope over here. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm actually really happy people started running Cooking Mama, especially the burnt pie percent. I felt honored in a really
I didn't think that they would actually make that a category, 'cause that would be funny as shit. Like, you just get up to the apple pie recipe and then completely fuck it.
strange way. Anyway, after trying my hand in speedrunning a game that has a semi-active, honestly at the moment kind of dead, running base, I now realize speedrunning is terrifying, especially if content is on the line.
Yeah, it can really be frightening. Speedrun. Now, it kind of sounds like she did all of the runs in a day, and then on the one run that she succeeded, like, yep, that's it. I mean, that's completely fair. But I can say I both recommend doing it that way and also don't. Like, if you care about your time and want to get a world record, then just straight up don't be like that, because you will, just, you're gonna end up running several times from fails. But if you don't care about the time, then it's fine. Or rather, if you care about the time, rerun when necessary and do different runs. If you don't give a shit about what your time and you're just doing it for fun or for content like it sounds like she is, just fucking enjoy the run. And I get that you get really nervous, which is it makes sense. Just don't uh just scratch this entire fucking spiel. I don't know where I was gonna take it on I don't know where I would take it, honestly.
I'd probably like it more if I did it for fun in my free time.
That's pretty much what I just said. You'll have more fun playing a game in free time and not for content or work. Because, while, yeah, it's still fun because you're playing a game. They're designed to be they're made as entertainment and shit like that, not like jobs. While you can make a living and it could no, I just said living, but like living, job, career, shit like that. You can do that from games. There's like there's competitive scenes for like fighting games. There's fucking competitive rhythm game scene. But in this context,
But yeah, oh well. I'm happy I finished my run. Despite everything, I had a great time. And it just feels good knowing I'm half decent at Rhythm Heaven now. A skill that will be very useful. Absolutely never.
yeah, that's true. Like, you'll get good at a game, and it's like, okay, what do I do with this? Especially when none of your friends play the same game. Like, I'm getting better at Taiko. I have like 2 friends who play it. So it's like, what do? I have no one to play with. So all I get to do is work on songs that I want to play. which honestly, that's fine. It's fun. It's fine, but it's a really weird feeling being the only one.
I really still.
Alright. It's about it. Go sub to Jaiden Animations. Go follow her on her socials. Support her team. Makes really, really good content. Which I want to get to that point. I want to make good content. Like I said at the start, I know nothing about Rhythm Heaven. So do not take much of what I said out of context, honestly. 'Cause, like, there's shit for some games that I just know nothing about. Like, I don't know much about Sound Voltex. All the knowledge that I have on it is from other content creators that I've been watching. In general, just play rhythm games, have fun. Don't don't be stupid. I'm just saying that randomly out of my ass, but it's good advice. Don't be dumb. If you're gonna speedrun a game, make sure you're running a game that you like. Don't hate on Friday Night Funkin' and then go speedrun it. Hey, wait a minute. That's a content. Okay, no. Fuck Friday Night Funkin'. I'm gonna make a video ranting about that later. Please follow me on, or fucking please follow me on Twitter. Like the video if you actually enjoyed my shitty content. Blah blah blah. You know the spiel at the end of. So with that, I'm gonna call it here. Hopefully you are actually able to get some enjoyment from this. I'm just a dumbass 14-year-old who wants to make content that was inspired by Taku and Zetchi. Go watch their content. It's better than mine. I'm just fucking weird on. Anyway, have a good day, everyone. Peace.